When you're stuck with an existing structure, you cannot customize or control. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be discussing on buying land versus buying of house in Nigeria. Which is better? I remain Wumi Adeyin. When it comes to choosing whether to buy land or house, it all depends on your lifestyle. It depends on what you want to achieve with the investment you want to purchase, whether you buy land or house. It depends on your financial goal. It depends on your future plan. However, it might be tricky at times, especially at the rapid increase of property and urbanization, in the sense that you might have made one decision or the other. Your first decision might contradict or truncate your next decision. Let me cite an example. You want to buy a property or you have bought a 5-bedroom duplex for your family to live in, and on getting into that duplex, you get to that location, that area, you notice that what is really thriving and what is really bringing cash flow in that area is short-let, and you decide your second goal, your second plan, that, oh, let me use this my 5-bedroom duplex for short-let so that I can get cash flow. Mind you, you have contradicted your first plan in that sense. In such area or in such scenario, what is thriving is short-let, and you want to use that your 5-bedroom duplex in quote for short-let. You might not be able to get that maximum cash flow at that point in time, because such big houses thrive for short-let. Occasionally, maybe it's festive period. Those houses they use for short-let, they are 3-bedroom apartment, 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment. Those ones you can get cash flow daily with such apartment. Mind you, don't get me wrong, 5-bedroom duplex is also used for short-let, but it might not give you that maximum return as you have projected in your mind as that or like that apartment that you saw in that your locality that is striving for short-let. Now, let's go back to our topic, buying land versus buying house in Nigeria. Which is better? Number one is cost of entry. Land is generally cheaper, yes, and flexible. You can buy a cheap land as low as 3 million naira, 2.5, 4 million, 5 million naira worth of land, depending on the location. House, on the other hand, it requires a bigger budget, a bigger commitment, even an upfront for you to buy a house or pay initial deposit for a house, especially in these urban areas like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. The cheapest you can get in these areas for apartment, maybe like 47 million, 50 million naira. The bottom line is, if you're on a tight budget, you can negotiate it, no caps, go for land. Number two is appreciation potential. Land appreciates faster, especially in developing zones. Yes, it doesn't wear, it doesn't tear. It is a pure asset. House, on the other hand, also appreciates, but slower due to the building depreciation and maintenance need. If you put land and house side by side, the only thing you see on the land is just maybe plants, different plant species on that land. And on the other hand, for the house, a lot of maintenance would have been done, from the painting, from the plumbing, from the aesthetics, the whole house generally, depending on the number of years. The bottom line is, land offers a stronger capital gain and a minimal upkeep. Number three is customization and control. On land, you can control what you want to build on the land. You could build bungalow, you could build terrace duplex, you could build apartment, you could build just duplex semi-detached. All kinds, you could do it on a land. But for house, when you purchase a house, you are stuck with that structure, except you want to spend an extra cost to renovate, change the structure. Maybe it's a duplex before, you want to change it to an apartment, or you want to do a terrace. Yes, you have to spend an extra cost on that if you have to customize. The bone of contention here is land give creative and structural control. It is ideal for long-term planners. Number 4 is rental income. There is no rental income on land until it is developed. But when we look at it on the other hand, you can actually get rental income on land depending on the location the land is. Yes, you can rent it out to all this mechanic workshop, all these artisans. You can rent it out to those that want to use it for car park. Yes, depending on location the land is. And you can rent it out to those that build kiosks, maybe just put their kiosk on that your land. Yes, you can do that and earn rental income, but it depends on the location of the land. House, on the other hand, yes, generates cash flow faster. Yes, you get immediate return, like the short let we have mentioned earlier. Yes, you get returns on those short lets. The bottom line is, if you are looking at cash flow, you want to earn cash flow, yes, go for apartment, go for houses, you can earn cash flow. Number 5 is risk factor. Land has a higher risk when you are buying from the wrong source in that sense. Yes, it has a very high risk, or maybe when you're buying from Omonile, you have to do due diligence on this part. But house, on the other hand, it has a very lesser or lower risk if you are buying from a reliable real estate company. Aside from the structural issue that houses will have, that is why you should do your due diligence and work with an expert in this particular area. Both land and house has high risk if proper due diligence is not done. From the documentation, from the title of the land, yes, you need to get a professional to get that done for you if you don't know what it entails. The number 6 point I have here is maintenance. Of course, land has no maintenance except there is a structure on it. But house, on the other hand, you have to maintain and make it look beautiful and standard. Verdict here is land has low maintenance and it's perfect for passive investors. The last but not the least point I have on my list is purpose and lifestyle. For land, it is best for investors that want to build in the future or long-term planner. For house, if you are looking for immediate shelter, or you want to buy property for rental income, or you want to buy and flip, yes, you can go for house. Verdict here is, it depends on your goal. If you find this video informative, educative, click the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and see you in my next video.